Hello and welcome to the 5th part of the video tutorial series for Goal, the club manager. You have learned in the other tutorials how to put your club on a financially sound foundation, how to strengthen your team on the transfer market or via scouting, how to train it, and how to adjust it tactically. This tutorial is about the results of your hard work. More precisely, it's about match day. We'll show you how a match day works and what options you have to direct your team or players during the match. Ready to go? Then let's get started. On match days, you automatically get into the lineup before kickoff and can make final changes. This might be necessary if there are last-minute changes or if you decide on a different formation or style of play. We have shown you how to use these screens in the last 2 videos. When you are happy with everything, click on Go to Match to start the match day. For home matches, you will be offered a sponsor bet. This is completely optional, but can help you to increase your account balance slightly. Given the high player salaries, this seems like a drop in the ocean. But with 17 or more home games per season, depending on the league you play in, this can add up to a nice sum. By the way, if you're in a hurry, you can switch off the interactive match day completely. Then the result is calculated instantly and you will be forwarded to the results screen. However, you will then waive all options to interact with your team in the match or to react to certain actions. In addition, you can decide whether you want to view chances and goals in a 3D view. This is done via the options screen, and this has of course no influence on how the result is calculated. The match is played in the so-called tactics board. Here you see an abstract match display as well as all the options available to you as a dedicated coach on the sidelines. Let's pause for a second or two to go through some basics. In the timeline at the top, you can see the minute of the match and all relevant match events such as goals, injuries, substitutions or cards. On the right, you will see the results of the other matchday fixtures and the live table. If you select the ticker, you will see the events of the other matches instead of the live table. On the left side, you have the performance data of the teams as well as the players and your tactical options. Of course, this is open for discussion, but from our perspective, the most important view is the performance analysis of the players. Here you can see how the players' freshness and morale are developing over time. These values affect what we call real strength, and during the course of the game, based on the actions of each player, the performance indicator is constantly updated in the form of a school grade. Select Teams to view the team performance in detail. Here you can see not only goals and goal chances, but also other stats such as possession, tackling ratio, etc. You can use all these values to decide if tactics need to be changed. For example, you can increase the tackling rate with higher force, while the running performance can be raised with more intensity. The area's style information, instructions, offensive and defensive, correspond to the options of the match preparation, but are arranged differently here so that they can be changed quickly without distracting from the action on the pitch. Unfortunately, one setting option no longer fit into these overviews. The preferred attacking side and the offensive options can be found with a separate button. The text mode in the lower half of the screen describes the game situations and moves in detail. On the pitch, you will see the players in the formation you have assigned. The player with the ball flashes briefly. Please note, this flashing only shows the contact of the player with the ball, not his position on the pitch where this contact took place. So it can be that the right defender flashes, his playing situation though, and their corresponding contact takes place in the opponent's half because he hits a cross into the penalty area. If you want quick changes to the formation, you can select the respective player and move him into his new position right here. For example, the right wingback should be more on the offense. No problem, drag and drop him here when needed. Via the left toolbar, you have the following options. Here you can switch on a heat map to see in which areas the game has shifted in the last few minutes. With this symbol, you can change the view of the players displayed on the pitch. Available options are portraits and the jerseys with shirt numbers. With this option, you can display the opponents. For overview reasons, we prefer to display only our team. This button takes you to the substitution screen. However, you may have to wait a short time after clicking until the current match situation is finished in text mode. This screen is identical to the one you will see during the halftime break. Therefore, we will take care of it during the break. With the stopwatch, you can determine the speed of the game. This does not only affect the time units, but also the text display itself. If, for example, you don't want an instant score because you don't want to deprive yourself of the opportunity to intervene, you'll find a good compromise here with the fastest setting, because a match at top speed doesn't take long. Here, you can pause the game, and the stadium sounds can be switched off or adjusted here. Here again, you can change or switch off the display of the 3D scenes. If you want to watch them, you can decide whether they should be displayed in the upper window or in full screen. At halftime, you are automatically taken to the substitution menu mentioned earlier. You can change players at any time, but you can change a maximum of 5 players in 3 phases. To replace a player, you can either drag the bench player from the list or from the bench on the left side onto the pitch. In addition, you have the option to change the playing system or to adjust the task assignments if you consider it necessary. All changes made must be confirmed again. If you want to, you can try to motivate your team with a halftime speech. But be careful. If your selection does not correspond to the game situation and you, for example, give your team the hairdryer treatment even though they are leading 4-0, this can have negative effects. With a bit of trial and error, you will quickly get a feel for how best to reach your team in each and every situation. At the end of the match, you can hopefully be happy about the victory, and on the next screen, you will see a match report with all the essential information. If you have deactivated the interactive matchday, you will be taken here directly from the start of the match. Next, you will see a league-wide matchday summary. In addition to the final results of the other matchday fixtures and the current league table, you have access to the scorer list, the team of the day, as well as other statistics. After that, you either return to the office or to the menu where you can prepare yourself and your team for the next matchday. This concludes the video tutorial series for beginners of Goal the Club Manager. We thank you for your attention and wish you success with your team on the way to the top of the league.